Everyone's favorite animal. Cats are the most devoted and kind. Our lives are made brighter and more enjoyable by these adorable and elegant creatures. Cats are pets for most households, and to them they are like members of the family. However, there are occasions when it might be challenging to figure out what your dogs are up to. Your pet may behave perfectly in front of you, but behind you, they may be acting in ways you've never seen fit. It's not like you can always watch them. Welcome to USA Stories channel. Do not forget to subscribe and activate the bell button to receive all new updates. Now let's go to the story. The Jonas family has been on an emotional roller coaster with the story of Miss Kitty, their cat, who has done things that are beyond belief. Miss Kitty's family was in for the surprise of a lifetime when the neighbors discovered her. After 3 years of marriage, Frank and Ann Jonas share a deep affection for animals. They adopted a cat together and gave her the name Miss Kitty. The pair cherished their white Persian cat, Miss Kitty. Miss Kitty was treated like a kid by both Ann and Frank, who were always there to care for her. They would soon discover something that would beyond comprehension, disproving their long-held idea that Kitty was a peaceful and wonderful pet. Since their marriage, Frank and Ann had resided close to a trailer park in South Carolina. The town was modest, with its neighborhood ranking as its finest feature. It was cozy and everyone was really kind. The best thing about being a resident of a small town is that everyone knows each other quite well. Everyone around you is friendly, and it seems like one huge, joyful family. Families get along so well that they even know each other's pet names. The neighbors were friendly and outgoing individuals who enjoyed going for walks with their pets in the park. There, the dogs would play together and the cats would play with one another, including Miss Kitty. It is common knowledge that dogs and cats do not get along well. The majority of the time, the two haven't gotten along, and you would be wise to reconsider owning a dog and a cat together after seeing what Miss Kitty was about to do. The neighborhood was full with cats, but everyone's favorite was Miss Kitty in particular. Miss Kitty was unlike any other cat since she was white and well-groomed. But people didn't know the true kind of person she was. People in Kitty's immediate vicinity seemed to think she was a highly gregarious cat. Although she gave off the impression of being kind, these perceptions would soon be dispelled. Something unimaginable was going to happen and everything would go awry. Smoochie was the dog owned by the family that lived next to the Jonas household. Smoochie was a lively and mischievous black cocker spaniel. When Kitty learned that Smoochie was expecting, her life changed. Kitty exuded a serene and collected demeanor. She had never been a mischievous cat and always paid attention to what Ann and Frank taught her. When instructed to stay at home, she stayed put and explored the area until she was granted permission to go. However, there was something off about Kitty. She appeared to be changing lately, and it did not seem like a positive shift. When the neighbors discovered what she was up to, they were in complete shock. Finally, Smoochie had given birth to 5 black puppies that bore her precise likeness. This adorable and sizable litter of cocker spaniels made her family very delighted to have them in their home. Though everyone appeared content, there was one person who had been tracking Smoochie's every move, including when she was with her puppies, what she did, and when they were alone themselves. Sure enough, it was Kitty. She was thinking about some plans. Kitty and Smoochie had completely different personalities. She was rarely at home, never peaceful, and constantly on the go. Everyone in the neighborhood knew her as the mischievous one, and she loved to wander about. Following the puppy's birth, Smoochie's family became aware of an unusual development. One of the puppies perished after only 3 days after delivery. Nobody could figure out where the small child may have gone. Smoochie didn't know about it either. Another puppy vanished the very following day as a result of this strange incident. The first puppy was lost, and now the family was unable to locate the second one either. What on earth was going on? Was there a robber in their community? The neighbors wanted to support Smoochie and her family, so they kept a close eye on everyone in the neighborhood after 2 puppies went missing. However, they had not anticipated what they would witness next. One evening, when a few neighbors were enjoying themselves and their kids in the trailer park, they saw that Kitty had a black puppy in her jaws. After that, she left and hid somewhere, and that's when Smoochie's family announced to the world that a third dog had vanished that afternoon. The folks who had saw Kitty holding the puppy were terrified, even if they couldn't comprehend what she was doing with them. All 5 of the puppies vanished on the same day, leaving Smoochie's family devastated. At that point, Kitty's family and Smoochie's were notified by the neighbors that Kitty had been spotted carrying the puppies in her mouth. Everyone was unable to speak. At that point, Kitty had been keeping herself far too busy for a few days, and neither Anne nor Frank knew where or how. However, they found it extremely difficult to accept that their cat was capable of such an act. Everyone began looking for Kitty. As the neighborhood's residents searched for Kitty, she was in a trailer tucked away in a park corner, formulating her scheme. At that point, Miss Kitty was spotted by a neighbor hiding behind a trailer. Seeking to find out what Kitty was even up to, everyone rushed towards the trailer. They had all assumed she was a kind feline, so why had she taken Smoochie's puppies? Did they even have a life? Everyone was shocked to see what they had seen inside the trailer. Not alone, Kitty was not alone when the neighbors noticed her tucked in a corner of the trailer. The litter was all around her and they were all secure. Kitty had all of the puppies with her. However, why? What did she intend to do? Why had she taken them in that manner? Miss Kitty had been expecting a baby a while back. Excitement was palpable in Anne and Frank as they did all within their power to get Kitty ready for the big day. She was in safe settings and had ceased going outside as much as she used to. Things took a turn when Miss Kitty went into labor after around 2 months. Several kittens were born to Kitty, but none of them lived. Since Anne and Frank claimed to have taken good care of everything, the cause was unknown. Sometimes, even when she was pregnant, Kitty had behaved oddly. Her body temperature plummeted along with a sharp fall in her hunger. When an animal becomes pregnant for the first time, it is quite usual for them to miscarry. It's a common misconception that animals lack emotions. However, this is untrue. Kitty's behavior revealed that she was having a great deal of difficulty comprehending what had transpired. She stopped leaving her house since she was constantly depressed. Smoochie, on the other hand, was too young to be pregnant, which is why she did not really have any feelings to take care of her litter. While Kitty was going through an extremely trying moment in her life, she was unable to form a bond with them. She wasn't ready for parenting yet, therefore it was too early. Smoochie did not even milk her infants. She was not at all kind with them. The family was quite concerned because they thought the puppies might suffer as a result. Smoochie didn't even care to keep them secure. While the pups truly required their mother to live during their first few days of life, Smoochie showed little concern for them. However, despite the family's best efforts, Smoochie ignored her litter. Kitty was thrilled to see Smoochie's litter in front of her as she had been unable to move past the reality that none of her kittens had survived. She also saw that Smoochie had been ignoring them the entire time. The newborn litter was in need of a mother's love, warmth, and attention, but their own mother was unable to give it to them. Kitty began making daily rounds of Smoochie's yard before deciding to follow through with her plan. Knowing that Smoochie wouldn't love her litter, Kitty had prepared to take care of them herself. After all, that's all a newborn needs. Yes, she had made up her mind to raise the puppies one by one. Miss Kitty had brought the litter to the trailer where she was really caring for and nursing them. Kitty was delighted to be around the puppies, and she had taken on the role of a mother to them. Surprisingly, Miss Kitty's body was still reacting to her pregnancy, and moreover, when she was around the pups, her instincts took over. This explains why her body continued to produce milk, which Smoochie did not feel compelled to feed her puppies. Both families determined that there was no danger in Kitty taking care of the puppies, and that they would not stop her from doing so after observing how well she handled things. It appeared as though fate and ideal circumstances had come together to allow Kitty and the litter to be together. After Kitty's pregnancy, Mother Nature had truly been performing a miracle, and the families were content to accept things as they were. For every person who lives in the trailer park, this episode has been nothing short of a miracle. Given the well-known fact that cats and dogs do not get along, it was very unusual for a cat to care for puppies. However, a mother's love is the greatest love, as the saying goes. That's all I have to say for today. I appreciate you seeing. Remember to like and share our video with your friends if you enjoyed it. We'll talk to you then. Please remember to subscribe to our channel, Give us a thumbs up and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss any of our videos. If you enjoyed the tale, the next video that plays on your screen will probably move you too.